All right. So let's actually get chat. Where am I? There I am. Hello, hello, hello. Wait, let me boost my... There we go. What up, chat? Okay. All right, what is chat talking about? Niji Sanji only cares about money? Every corporation only cares about money. That goes without saying. Niji Sanji is becoming a black company. That's possible. I don't know any details about that. They do launch a ton of waves because of the money their talents bring in, right? Absolutely. Crow, hey, Beelzy, me and the boys are gonna be in the woods to hunt Bigfoot. You down? Fuck yeah! Man, I'm always down to hunt Bigfoot. That motherfucker owes me money! Hey, Lizzie, how's it going? Back in my day, it was let's get down to business. Nowadays, it's let's bring down the business. My model died. There we go. All right. I am very excited to talk about today's topic because, whoo boy, when this drama first appeared, the rats, the narratives, the conspiracies, the discourse, crazy. So, I am going to... All right. So, I want to do a brief refresher on the drama that happened before we get into this, just so we're all on the same page. So, Sayu released a statement today about Zaion's termination. And before we get into that, and before we get into the twit longer and all this jazz, I want to remind everyone the reasons that I covered previously. This is some of the drama that she got involved in, all right? So we're going to do a real quick refresher, just a couple minutes of clips, and then we'll get into the meat of it. I just want everyone to be on the same page and have the same context, all right? We cool? Everybody on the same page? All right. I will...
Oh man, no wonder she got. Yeah. Wow. Hi. My score was like very say so. Aside from me like wanting to see my like hot guys suffer. Like literally, that's the only thing.
Okay. Wait, you like seeing hot guys suffer?
Yeah, I love little boys. And so I use little boys. But, I'd rather have a daddy than a mommy and a little boy than a mommy.
As both a liver for Niji Sanji and someone who has suffered through sexual assaults as a young person, as a younger individual, I cannot condone a lot of the jokes and a lot of the things that she said, and it devastates me. It fucking devastates me because...
All right, so we're not going to watch we're not going to go through the entire... There I am. So we're not going to go through Hex's entire statement, but basically, Zaion, in that clip I just showed, was referring to a victim of sexual assault. And she was basically like, oh, wow, she's hot. No wonder she got sexually assaulted. And that, along with a couple of other jokes about she likes to see men suffer, she really, really likes little boys. She's made multiple jokes about sexual assault, multiple jokes about shotacons, and a lot of people didn't like the jokes. Whether or not you personally find the jokes offensive or not is your decision, but what is not up for debate is that they were controversial remarks, and apparently they were also jokes that made Hex Haywire uncomfortable, and apparently he spoke to her about these jokes, management spoke to her about these jokes, a lot of her fans didn't like these jokes, and although not specifically listed as a reason for her termination, everybody was holding this up as one of the reasons that she got terminated. And jokes like this nature are why everyone, well, not everyone, but why a vocal minority were celebrating when she got terminated. So I want everyone to have the same context. All right. So I will check chat really quickly here. Let me just see what chat is up to. I always say humor is justified no matter how dark and edgy it is. And that's your personal opinion. But as someone who saw the replies on the video that I uploaded, your opinion is not shared by a very large majority of commenters. There's Anna dark humor, then there's Zaion. I've always thought of dark humor as humor that makes you confront fucked up stuff, not saying fucked up stuff. The thing with dark humor is that its execution has to be really good to be funny. You rather make fun of the tragedy than using the tragedy itself as a punchline, etc., etc. A lot of people do not share your opinion. I don't really care one way or the other, but I just want to clarify, a lot of people were very, very angry. So if you want to go through the 638 goddamn comments on this video, you can do that on your own. Oh boy, people were pissed. All right. So, I think Nux and Nyanners joined Mythic. I know Nyanners joined Mythic. I don't know if Nux did. I mean, it got some chuckles out of me. Everybody's sense of humor is different. New York and North Carolina are the best states. I'm going to call you, what should I call you? I'm going to call you York, because your name is way too long. Did you just hit me with a D's nuts? Okay. It's funny you say D's nuts, because believe it or not, that's going to become relevant in a couple of minutes, fam. That's going to become relevant in a couple of minutes. It sounds stupid, because it is. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of why we're all here. All right? So, Sayu Okami, a indie VTuber who mysteriously had to go away to college for a bit, and then recently came back. Hey ho wow, I guess they graduated college. And they posted this twitlonger called One Girl's Story. And the twitlonger isn't actually the meat of the meat of what we're talking about. The twitlonger serves exclusively as a prelude to the actual statement. So let's go through this here. I've already read through this a little bit, so I might do a little bit of summarizing, but more or less we're going to go through everything. So, Sayu says, "Hello, regardless of if you knew me or not, I am and always will be Sayu. Today I wish to tell you the story of a girl named Zaion, who has made mistakes, was shamed online, struggled with mental illness, and simply wished to belong somewhere." How inspiring, chat. The story will cover several aspects directly addressing allegations and statements to her own experience. The Google Doc below is formatted for easy navigation, blah, 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 blah. Please read the twitlonger, yada, yada, yada. The entire document's purpose is to give context to what happened, not make excuses for Zaion's mistakes, or to encourage harassment of any kind to anyone involved. Don't harass Niji Sanji, don't harass the talents, all that jazz. And she clarifies that there are certain things that she can't talk about because Zaion signed an NDA. However, I will say, I'm not entirely convinced that everything in this document doesn't violate the NDA, because there is a lot in this document. So I don't know what is and isn't allowed to be talked about if you have an NDA, but oh boy, there's a lot. All right. And she also clarifies, please also understand that taking screenshots and keeping receipts was not something Zaion ever kept in mind until things just started to really go south, and was not the intention to attack the company or anyone within it. That's why she did not take screenshots of several of the earlier issues. So I think this is important context, because it explains why she's got receipts for some things but doesn't have receipts for other things. And I don't know about y'all, I don't take screenshots of all my Discord conversations. I think most people don't. So this is a totally reasonable thing, in my opinion. It's totally reasonable to not have proof of everything. I mean, she was with, I don't document all of my interactions in case I get canceled later. Returning to myself, I admit I did not understand exactly what victims of harassment went through, how mentally and sometimes physically damaging it is, and how hard it is to get any kind of help against it. Personally, I'm grateful for the experience so I can properly understand and empathize with others regarding this type of treatment. Thank you in advance for reading, understanding, and granting us some of your precious time. All right, so that's the disclaimer. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes. But before we can get into the meat and potatoes, we've got another disclaimer saying, before you read the next session, statements and allegations, I ask that you please read everything in this intro portion, and then context for several statements. Several of the allegations written on her termination were due in part to the differences in cultural background between Niji Sanji, an agency based in Japan, and Zaion, a streamer catering to a global audience. None of her VODs were privated by her decision. She did not believe in hiding her mistakes in this way and always wished to own up to them. On the Shotokan topic, this was a long-running joke stemming from before she was Zaion, coming from her origins as mainly a Genshin Impact streamer. Those who do not play Genshin wouldn't know this, but in the game, several of the characters have the appearance of young boys, but are in fact a gazillion-year-old, gods and whatever. And then she goes on to say that she never actually looted anyone who was underage, only these gods who looked like little boys. Right. And then she insists that she is not at all attracted to little boys in any way and is in fact appalled by Shotokan, in fact. All right. She goes on to clarify that she agreed that separating would be the best for both sides, but both parties were not able to reach an agreement on a joint statement. Alrighty. While attempting to argue for a more peaceful narrative than the termination statement Niji Sanji wished to make, Zaion did get written confirmation that Niji Sanji had no intention at the time to cut off or discourage her from interacting with or remaining friends with other Niji Sanji livers. She also confirmed that Niji Sanji would not avoid commissioning or working with any creators that work with her in the future. So basically, even though she's been fired, technically, her new identity, she can still technically collab as a separate entity. And then they want to go over the harassment and doxing that Zaion received. So this unequivocally, I know I take a very lighthearted and flippant tone right now, but I want to make absolutely clear that regardless of how chipper I sound, because I'm highly caffeinated, I do take this very seriously. So I just want to put that disclaimer out. Regardless of how happy I sound, I am in fact very, very serious. Zaion has been doxxed down to a home address, name and face by those with malicious intent. This happened right after her indefinite suspension on February 9th, and Niji Sanji did not communicate that it would take action against the doxers. There is substantial video and written proof of threats, including death and swatting. However, links will be omitted for legal reasons. In December of 2022, Niji Sanji released a statement declaring their efforts against doxing and harassment, but despite that announcement, Niji Sanji did not inform Zaion that it would be taking any action against the spread of her personal identifying information, defamatory misinformation, and daily harassment towards Zaion while she was suspended as an active liver. So this, I feel, is particularly upsetting to me personally, because Niji Sanji and Hololive have both made bold public statements saying that they do not, that they're very, very against, doxing and harassment. And now we find out that despite all the puffery surrounding their public statements, behind the scenes, they actually did very little to protect the talents, at least according to Zaion here. So I'm going to take a moment and read the chat for just a little bit and see what I've missed. All right. Beals, are those goggles the asexual flag colors? Yes, sir, they are. They're asexual shades. You might even say that I'm the ace of shades. Pun, 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 pun. All right. If Shota and Lolicon was a problem, then why Niji members were allowed to say it then? I mean, that's a fair point. And see, this is the thing that a lot of people were discussing in the comments of my previous video. A lot of people were angry that I even included the Shotokan clip because of how aggressively people don't care about Shota and loli jokes and how so many VTubers are Shota cons and loli cons and all that jazz. But despite the fact that it's pretty commonplace, despite that, it still managed to be a controversial issue that a lot of people in the fan base did not like and called her out for. So even though the majority of the fan base doesn't care, there's a lot of people who do, and the people who do are very vocal about it. All right, and Zaion revealed one thing that seriously paints Niji horribly, and it makes everything look so much darker in hindsight. And we're definitely going to get into all of it. Let's see. All right, and we're looks like we're quoting Sayu and Zaion in the comments. Imagine if Niji Sanji sues Sayu. I don't suspect that will happen, but if something she mentions in this disclosure here violates her NDA, maybe. She said she omitted a bunch of stuff for legal reasons. We'll see if that protects her. We can only wait and see. I saw when people were begging for Hololive Gen 3, they asked for Shota boys. Oh yeah. There's a lot of Shota cons and loli cons in the VTuber space, without a doubt. Outrage was from Western Twitter, as it often is. All right, let's get back to the document, shall we? I just want to make sure that my model isn't frozen, everything's still on screen. Quality check. Okay. All right. So now, finally, let's get into the point-by-point breakdown of everything Niji Sanji said was the reason for her termination and why all of it is effectively bogus. Let's get into it. Number 1, using a copyrighted song in her stream without prior authorization. The vague usage of copyright infringement claimed here by Niji Sanji is actually referring to a December 18th, 2022 incident when Zaion chose to play the first cover song release of one of her gen mates on stream to support them by showing her own fan base. Zaion was not aware that this was considered a breach of copyright and was corrected by staff and told to request specific permission for this in the future. Zaion did agree to this and apologized. However, this still remained on her record and was one of the reasons for her first suspension during New Year's. So, in the statement for her termination, they talk about how she's, using copyrighted content, but it's Niji Sanji copyright, and she's a Niji Sanji talent. So, in my opinion, I think this is total bogus and not a valid reason for a suspension. How can a Niji Sanji talent not show Niji content? She's in the fucking company. How can you not get permissions to show your own company content? By God, that's... I almost can't take it seriously how stupid that is. I'm already bad. I'm laughing, but that's to deflect from how genuinely upset I am. God, that's stupid. All right, let's move on. Revealing internal information that can potentially cause issues for stakeholders during her stream. What a bold statement. This statement refers to the instance in Zaion's last Good Job stream where she spoke about permissions regarding playing Hogwarts, which, by the way, is something they do all the time. VTubers talk about permissions to play their games because it's relevant to their job. So, if we assume that this is accurate, if we assume that she was legitimately just talking about permissions to play a game, then potentially cause issues for stakeholders is total bullshit. Total bullshit. Is this the entire stream? Okay, I'm not watching the entire stream. But yeah, that is such nonsense. The alleged mistake was that Zaion stated that they did have permission to play the game at some point. Zaion spoke about this like any other game that they had gotten permissions for. That was a publicly released game, and this was after staff requested that Ian not play the game. Zaion recognized that the controversy around the game is a difficult topic. So, yeah, potentially causes issues for stakeholders. No, she was talking about her permissions to play a game. So, number 3, making statements that could lead to speculation or leaking of internal information using social media accounts that she personally operates during her activity suspension time. All right, let's get into that. First, as Zaion was forcefully locked out of all of her accounts during her suspension, she resorted to using her past life Twitter account to browse Twitter. She did make the mistake of liking a random reply that she was browsing through and did unlike it after realizing her mistake. It was not her intention to bring attention nor implying anything, but a mistake was made. Zaion did apologize profusely to staff and explained her mistake. Second, this also refers to Zaion's previously owned Discord server's admin making a post about how production for mousepads that were owned to the previous subathon supporters were finally being made. No intention to sell these as merchandise products was ever emphasized. And then she goes ahead and brings a screenshot there. Yeah. All right. However, this could have been perceived as her planning to leave the company and hinting at fans at doing so. So, just to clarify, Sayu was talking about merch in her past, and so Sayu, who is the previous account of Zaion, was talking about merch, which implied that Zaion was going to be quitting and returning to her past life account. And, you know, I can see how people could perceive that as confirmation that Zaion's going to be leaving, but I don't know if she can really be held accountable for that. Because, first of all, she didn't say it. That was one of her admins. And second of all, a VTuber releasing merch doesn't necessarily confirm or deny anything about what a different VTuber personality is or isn't going to do. So, I don't know. I'll leave this one up to you guys. Do you think that advertising Sayu merch is leaking that Zaion might be graduating? Which, by the way, she ultimately did. Why is it scrolling down? Stay put. All right, I'm going to check on chat for just a minute. Very clever legal move by Sayu to speak on behalf of Zaion, by the way. You caught that, did you? This third person really doing a lot of heavy lifting. To be fair, all of the VTubers who are Shota and Lolly fans, Hogwarts, sounds like Vishojo, Team Slytherin, Niji-sanji, something else. I feel like this alone could spell a bit of trouble for Niji-sanji themselves. You think so? We shall see. We shall see. This is so far, this has been a pretty damning rebuttal of everything Niji-sanji has had to say. It definitely isn't painting Niji-sanji management in the best of light. Are we going to see any consequences? I don't know. I don't think so, but we shall see, my friend. We shall see. VTuber things, yo, what's good? We're going over the Sayu's twit longer about Zaion. All right. Let's keep going. All right. Now, here we go. Offensive remarks regarding discrimination and sexual assault. And this refers to two separate instances. So she's talking about the horror game. We already showed a clip of that. We all watched that together. We all know what she's talking about there. And she says that the reason she made that joke was that she was in streamer mode and she was just trying to make a joke to keep things light and entertaining without fully thinking through how offensive that joke could be perceived. I mean, I think that's reasonable. I think as a streamer, you try to stay as funny as possible, and sometimes that leads to inappropriate and offensive jokes, and I really don't think... I don't consider this a big deal, but judging by the comments, a lot of people did, so... but she does say that she's taking full responsibility for it, which I think she should be given credit for. I think being aware that making fun of the victims of sexual assault is a bad move. It's poor optics, you know? It doesn't look good, is what I mean. So I'm glad that she's learned from that experience so as to not get this kind of backlash ever again, right? The second one, regarding any offensive remarks involving discrimination, no serious remarks were ever made towards any specific people or culture. There's one instance in Zaion's second ever livestream on December 11th where a viewer jokingly asked if they could use the term Zionists as a fan name. Because, as I'm sure you're aware, Zaion, Z-A-I-O-N, completely unrelated to Z-I-O-N, which is the Jewish philosophy that all the Jews should return to Israel. And a Zionist is someone who wants all the Jews to return to Israel. It's a specific religious and political philosophy. And the fact that her name is similar is kind of funny. But by making the joke and laughing at it, people got the wrong idea and thought that she was making commentary on a real world political, philosophical debate when she clearly wasn't. And she goes on to clarify that her nervous laughter at the joke was not mocking political or religious beliefs. She was just making nervous laughter, and I agree. I don't think you can really call that mocking. Like, if you laugh at someone's joke, it doesn't mean you endorse that joke. It just means you thought it was amusing, right? So, yeah, I'm 100% with her on this particular bit. How does laughing at a joke mean you endorse the joke? And it's just a pun. And a pretty meh pun at that. It'd be one thing if she did go along with the nickname Zionist and start calling her fans Zionists. Maybe you could hold her accountable for that, but all she did was laugh at a pun. Come on. All right. Number 5, several infringements of the rules pertaining to the use of games defined by any color, and repeated false justifications given to any color regarding these infringements. Okay, how serious? First, a stream on February 4th that was a Nintendo game. Zaion had made many successful Nintendo streams in the past leading up to the stream on the 4th, complying to rules which will not be stated here. However, on the 4th, Zaion made a mistake. YouTube has an autofill function for its video descriptions. She used it that day and missed the adjustment as part of the description and was notified by her manager as such mid-stream. Her manager adjusted it for her. Zaion thanked them and then apologized. So, this infringement of the rules was a mistake made by autofill and was later corrected. This is such a dramatic way to phrase something so minor. Second, regarding the Final Fantasy account in use, simply put, Zaion had made a choice that was not what was agreed on, and thus it was completely the fault of Zaion. The rumor of Zaion using mods is false. So, what Steph wanted was a new character. She was using an old character that she had already grinded on. So, how horrible. She didn't use a new account. How terrible. Yeah, she was trying to use an old account instead of a new one. Oh my god, unforgivable. Zaion regrets this poor lapse in judgment. How terrible. Not creating a new character. Oh my god, burn her at the stake. Holy shit. She chose to use a character she already had. Oh my god, burn her at the fucking stake. So, expressing her will to perform streams using illegal names, also referred to as pirated games. This seems to be taken out of context as well, as Zaion did reply to a chatter saying that she used to play ROM hacks, which technically is a pirated form of a game, which is correct. She recognized in retrospect that ROM hacks are technically piracy, and it was a violation of company policy. Zaion recognizes that piracy does go against company policy, which is why she's never condoned piracy, nor streamed or emulated games. Now, this one I do think is a legitimate thing that a company would want to enforce. Obviously, a company which relies on gaming doesn't want to promote piracy because they could get in deep shit for that. So I think it's understandable why they would have that rule. However, since I don't work for a corpo, I can say, sail the seas, mateys, pirate away. I don't work for a corporation and I can say whatever the fuck I want. Piracy is goated. That's one of the great things about being in India is I don't have a corporation telling me what I can and can't say. So I can say, I pirate games with ROM hacks. And you know what? Some of the ROM hacked versions of Pokemon are actually dope as fuck and a lot of fun and honestly better than the original. Oh my god. The Pokemon Ash Gray, dope. There's a Pokemon ROM hack where you play during a fucking zombie apocalypse. It's actually dope as shit. ROM hacks are great. Download ROM hacks. I'm gonna take another break to check on chat and see what I've missed. Is Sayu the GOAT? Yes. Sell their merch, Sayu. It depends on the company, I suppose. There's a time and place for jokes like that. If she's taking responsibility, then it's fine. I think that's a valid response. And like I said, whether or not you find the joke offensive is entirely your judgment. I don't have an opinion one way or the other. It's definitely not good optics. And I'm glad that she's learned from that to not make that again and piss off. How many people did she piss off again? 638 people. So, generally a good idea to not piss off 638 people. Just saying. If Niji were able to get in trouble, they would have been investigated like Hololive with the Chinese thing. Okay. Burn her to the stake. What is this, hell of a boss? Yes. All right. Let's keep going. All right. Expressing her will to perform streams using illegal games, also referred to as pirated games. This seems to be taken out of... oh, wait. I already went over this. Comments made that can be considered offensive to the rights holder of a game during a stream. Ooh, what's this? This is referring to the stream where Zaion was playing Uno. And she complained about their user interface and the fact that it is incredibly difficult to change a username. So she criticized it for not being user-friendly. So, one of the reasons that she was terminated, allegedly, is because she complained about Uno's user interface. And they're like, what if Ubisoft sees that and is offended? I guess, again, they do legitimately need to maintain good relationships with gaming companies, so I can understand why it's a rule that you don't criticize game companies, but that's so petty. I think that's really petty. I don't think Ubisoft is going to come down on Niji Sanji and like revoke permissions to stream their games because she complained about how hard it was to change a username. I understand why it's a rule. I don't think it's grounds for termination like it was presented as by Niji Sanji in her termination letter. All right. Giving false information to other Niji Sanji EN livers regarding the contents of her communications with Anycolor. False information to Niji Sanji EN livers. All right. That sounds pretty serious. Let's take a look. This is only referring to a misunderstanding regarding Zaion using her Genshin and other past life gacha accounts. Zaion did not tell her genmates that she was told that using her old accounts would be okay. She merely told them that she was not told in the interview process that it was not okay. This was conveyed to staff as well during their discussions about using past life game accounts. Zaion was not aware until receiving this cancellation notice that this misunderstanding even existed. Now, I can kind of see how this could cause a little bit of drama. I will actually slightly side with Niji Sanji here, because here's the thing. If Zaion is saying, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I can use past live accounts, and then other genmates hear that and then go on to use past live accounts when they actually couldn't, I can see how that could cause a little bit of a stir. If you're going around saying that something is okay, even unintentionally, it could potentially inspire other people to break the rules, and then it's a huge pain in the ass, and they got to issue all these corrections. I can totally see how this could be a huge pain in the ass, and why Niji Sanji would want to, discipline her for this and, keep that under control. You don't want to spread any misinformation, even if it's unintentional, because you don't want other people breaking the same rules. I think that one is valid, actually. I don't blame her for it, but I think Niji Sanji is in the right to have a rule like that. But that's just my opinion. All right. Falsely claiming to have received permission from Anycolor after a viewer commented on Zaion performing an action prohibited by the rules. And this may refer to Zaion opening her YouTube memberships after checking that all her membership perks were within the rulings of Niji Sanji. She had gotten the emotes and badges approved by her manager, and thus assumed that as long as her perks were also within ruling, she could activate them for Christmas for her fans, after they had asked. She apologized to staff for not asking approval. So, just to reiterate, falsely claiming to have received permission from any color. She forgot to ask approval. See, this is my issue with Niji Sanji's statement. They make it sound so fucking dramatic. False claims, implying that she is lying when she just forgot to ask for approval for something. See, false claims implies malice and intent, not she forgot to ask. This is are we noticing a pattern, chat? Are we noticing a pattern? Niji Sanji's statement made her sound like the second coming. Niji Sanji's statement made her sound like the fucking Antichrist, like she was willfully breaking all the rules and causing all these problems. And so many of them, assuming we can take her word at face value, which I am choosing to do, is honest mistakes that they are blowing out of proportion. This is a pattern. 9 rules in a row. Falsely claiming to be sponsored by a brand during a stream. This one I was already aware of, and I'm so glad that a chatter said D's nuts in the comments. I am so excited because this one is particularly stupid. This one is so stupid it makes me happy. The Cats Organized Neatly stream that was done by Zaion had a running gag where she commissioned an artist to make her an asset of a bag of nuts labeled D's nuts. Many jokes were made over the stream, including, "Oh boy, I really love D's nuts. Yep, I've been supporting D's nuts for a long time now." And in actuality, she was not sponsored by D's nuts because that doesn't exist, because it's a joke. A D's nuts joke. A D's nuts joke was somehow manipulated into a reason for termination, falsely claiming to be sponsored by a brand. That just proves that management is out of touch and doesn't know basic meme culture. And for this D's nuts joke, she was asked by her manager to private the VOD. She had to private a VOD for a meme because they're too out of touch to recognize a fucking meme. Chat. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I'm going to check chat again because I feel like I'm going insane. I honestly do. All right. There are literally livers who have criticized having difficulty with certain games, so that's interesting. I agree. It's a stupid thing to be mad about. As someone needs to make a VTuber fighting game, just think about it, BLZ versus Nux. Hell yeah. Dude, I would love to be in a fighting game. That sounds dope as fuck, dude. Niji is a Japanese company. Ubisoft is an American company, so they will be fine. Exactly. It's not a big deal. D's nuts. Got him. Like you and Sad Bunny Man said, overly dramatic. Exactly. When Disney opened a VTuber, remember Disney used to be... What? Kozaku-chan, I don't know what you're talking about. Disney opened a VTuber? What? Since when? Hold on. This requires investigation. Disney VTuber. What are you on about? Disney might be launching a VTuber. A new account titled The Streamer, which may just be the company's first step into streaming and through a VTuber no less. What? Oh, this is from 2021. Wait. First VTuber signed with Disney Channel. What?
My name's Titty Kisa, and you're watching Disney Channel!
No, it's perfect.
Yeah!
There's no way. Is that real? That can't be real. There's no way. Wait, that can't be real. There's no way. There's no way that's real. I think I'm being gaslit. I think I'm being gaslit. There's no. There's no way. Come on. There's no way. No. I refuse. I'm being gaslit. Anyway, back to what we're here for. All right. giving likes to comments falling under defamation of Niji Sanji livers and Any Color Incorporated using social media accounts that she personally operates. This is inaccurate in some capacity. While only one like was given to on accident to a single tweet which Zaion liked on her private account during the time when she was suspended in February. She was not aware that this had happened until it was mentioned to her. However, Zaion does not excuse herself from this mistake. The like tweet was an image post of a crude meme created by a community member that was in support of Zaion's content style, but did not like comments making negative statements due to the harassment, death threats, doxing caused by the suspension announcement. Zaion overlooked her accidentally giving a like to the image. She apologized to staff profusely for the mistake. This is the second time, by the way, mind you, that Niji Sanji is coming down on Zaion for shit she's doing as Sayu because it can be obviously connected to her and, you know, interpreted as having some sort of meaning or endorsement, which, I don't know. Guys, what do you think, guys? Like, do you think that's valid? Like, if you're on an alt account that's not directly tied to your actual official account, does the content you make on that alt account really matter? I don't know. Maybe it does because people can trace it back to you, but on the other hand, it's not directly related to you, and I feel like you should have the ability to have a side account where you can talk candidly and not speak through the corporate filter that you have to constantly speak through. I don't know. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. I'll defer to you guys. All right. And then I'll read number 12 and then I'll check chat. Numerous other actions and comments infringing the comments and rules. This statement is too vague to comment upon, as there are no specifics that can be mentioned. However, it suggests that Zaion committed other wrongdoing, as yes, that is correct. However, as I hope we have proven, that out of these 11 specific instances of alleged wrongdoing, maybe one or two are valid, right? And the rest are just being fucking dramatic. Right? Are we all on the same page? Am I in the wrong? Feel free to let me know if this is a shitty hot take. Feel free to let me know. I'm open to counter arguments. I am not God. My opinion is not, gospel. All right, let me check chat. I wonder if Zaion could actually sue for wrongful termination. That would be a spectacular dumpster fire to watch. Could she? Yes. I mean, you can sue anyone for anything whenever, right? Like, is it possible? Yes. Is she going to? No. There's no way in hell a fired VTuber is going to sue her former company for wrongful termination. She probably, one, doesn't have the resources. Two, probably doesn't have the time. Probably doesn't have the fucks to give. Could she? Yes. Will she? I don't think so. Should she? I don't know. I feel like wrongful termination lawsuits are very difficult to prove. You know what I mean? So just because you can doesn't mean it's worth it necessarily. All right. I feel like this is a problem with people asking for transparency, is that they ask reasons since they felt Yugo's graduation had a lack of reasons. Then it gets made into very vague reasonings. Yes, I agree. This only makes Sayu more popular. I agree. I feel like she has, assuming everything that she's saying here is 100% accurate and can be taken at face value, which I am, admittedly, because of my bias, I am incredibly biased. So I am choosing to believe that everything Sayu is saying is fact. Because I am biased and I love talents and I hate corporations, right? So if we take my biased point of view that everything she's saying is fact, 100%, this makes Sayu look like she is 100% in the right. All right. This made me LOL at the idea of someone in the office. How dare she promote D's nuts over her own products? Wait, this is legit the Disney VTuber? I don't think so. I think that's a meme. How strict is Niji Sanji? Apparently a lot more strict than we thought. I need to know what the meme is considering how Niji livers are. I agree. And generally taking all kinds of crude shit while live. Absolutely. Same page? Okay. We're all on the same page with me. We think I'm based. We think I'm in the right here. Cool. Damn, did Sayu just pull the quite? Yeah, basically. Yeah, you're right. Quite did the same thing. He got called out, and he had a very, very good rebuttal that took him from the Antichrist to a victim. And, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing about cancellations. Here's why I make an effort, not always successfully, but I make an effort to not jump on a cancellation bandwagon, and why I generally choose to defend talents instead of attack them, even if there's a chance the talents might be in the wrong. Because how many times, chat, have we seen someone be accused of something horrible only for them to absolutely come back with receipts and proof and defend themselves and turn the whole thing into a 180? We saw this with Pro Jared, where he was accused of being a pedo and then had the receipts to back up that, in fact, the person accusing him was mentally ill and making up lies for clout. Think about when Amber Heard accused Johnny Depp of being an abuser, and then she admitted on an audio recording that, in fact, she was the abuser and he was innocent. How many times are we going to see people get accused of the most horrible shit only to be proven completely innocent? This happens so often. This is why you can never blindly trust accusations until all the facts come out. Look, innocent until proven guilty, guys. Innocent until proven guilty. Considering how you got these people always making mommy and daddy jokes, joking about a flute in the hoo-ha, and the fish talking about using the egg, what crude meme did she get in trouble for? I have no idea. Speaking of Quiet, is he ever coming back? God, I hope so. I love Quiet. His content is so fucking funny. York saying, Niji Sanji is more strict than Hololive. I don't know. We don't know how strict Hololive is, because as far as I'm aware, nobody's been fired on suspicious grounds and then later been exposed for being a dickhead. We don't know how strict Hololive is, and until someone exposes them, we're just left to assume everything is hunky-dory. So I suspect, again, I'm suspecting with zero evidence, this is pure intuition, I suspect Niji Sanji and Hololive are probably on equal terms. We just are only hearing about Niji Sanji because they're a lot more public and because they've now been exposed. I'm not going to say that Hololive is air quotes better, because I don't want to say that and then look like an idiot when they get exposed for being dickheads. So that's why I'm going to hold my tongue on that one, friend. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I'm holding my tongue. Corone loves doing endurance live streams. Yes, she does. Well, she did mention, probably joking, going to war. That's correct. When it comes to cancellations, I've always said the only person that can cancel you is yourself. True! That's so true. If being canceled wasn't a choice, right? If being canceled was something that actually physically happened and like you couldn't recover from, then how come Nux is still here, right? He's been canceled 1,000 times and he's still here. If cancellation is really a thing, how come Depressed Usagi got canceled and then came back a couple months later, right? How many people get canceled and then immediately come back because they're like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to keep doing my thing. The only person who can cancel you is yourself. The only time you're ever truly canceled is if you get deplatformed. And that happens very rarely. Very, very rarely. You still got Amber Heard stands on Twitter trying to defend her? No! No! Really? Oh my God. How are people still defending her? She's on tape admitting that she lied. She's on audio recording. She's an imperfect victim. God, I hate the internet. Apparently only China has them by the nuts. The dragon who graduated proved that. I'm still mad about that. I know it was years ago. I know it doesn't matter anymore. I know Kason is living life to the fullest as a free indie, happy as a motherfucker, but god damn it, I'm still mad about that. It was such a bullshit situation. Koku was done an injustice, and the best revenge Coco can possibly have is absolutely killing it as Kason, and that's exactly what she's doing. I don't blindly believe accusations without proof. Exactly. Hey, Ploonie Red, what's up? All right, canceled is a construct of the Matrix. I mean, she came back later in another place, but still, hey. Why am I saying hi to myself? I'm an idiot. What's up? Oh, I just realized your name is Pluri-Nerd. I'm going to call you Nerd, because Pluri-Nerd for some reason is hard for me to say, because I have ADD. What up, Nerd? Anyway, Heckin' Sneck. I think it's fair to say that both Niji Sanji and Zaion made wrongs. The only difference is that if words from Sayu is true, then at least she took responsibility, and that makes me respect her a bit more. I think that's a very mature response. Like, I, as a person who loves talents and hate corpos, I'm very happy to dogpile on Niji Sanji any chance I get. That's something I enjoy doing because I hate corpos. But I think you have a very mature take, and I respect your opinion. Kason is the best. Thank you. Ah, yes, Koku, our favorite ex-VTuber. Yes. Amber Heard fans are dumb. I agree. All right, let's go to the conclusion. Now, I feel like I already know what it's going to say, but we're going to read through it anyway. All right. In their last call, Zaion begged for them to consider a more professional approach to future commentary between the two sides. To this, Niji Sanji refused, stating they needed to protect their brand. Don't you just love corporations, chat? Don't you just love corporations and how the brand is more important than people? Don't you just fucking love how the brand image is more important than human beings? Oh, doesn't it just make you happy to hear that? God. All right. Can you tell I hate corporations, chat? Can you tell that I am overwhelmingly biased? Can you tell I have such anger in my heart for companies? Smash capitalism. Anyway, some of the allegations written are untrue or uncontextualized, which negatively impacted Zaion's character. Zaion agrees with these decisions. She did make mistakes and agreed that separation was appropriate for both sides. I believe that there were a lot of things provided without proper context that negatively impacted her character. In the end, Zaion wishes that things could have gone differently. Some Niji Sanji members have spoken about Zaion's termination, and she wishes to avoid giving context on that here, as she does not wish to direct harassment towards anyone else. That aside, Zaion sees this as a huge learning experience and sincerely hopes everyone can move on from this chapter. And, I just want to point something out really quickly. I just want to check something really quick. Nope. Okay. No, I don't think she ever broke character. I don't think she ever broke the third person. Zaion's personal experience. I'd like to preface by saying I do not want any third parties to use what I'm about to reveal or twist in my... oh, wait. Did we already read this? Am I dumb? I feel like we've already gone through this. Okay. As a content creator who's been doing this full-time for over a year, it's hard going about your day, supporting your friends on Twitter multiple times every single day, and reading their content as you used to. Then when the suspensions and terminations happen, you're told you must obey the silencing contract. But what this results in is suddenly being blocked or unfollowed by several people who you have considered to be your friends, who you've cared deeply for a long time. People who knew her as a person and still cared for her in return are even harassed for caring about a friend. God. God, when I'm talking about what a piece of shit Niji Sanji is, I'm happy. I'm happy because my worldview is justified that corporations are bad. That's why I sound so happy, even though that it's terrible. This, I can't stay upbeat about. This is awful. Because Sayu is Zaion, and she left on bad terms, her friends in Niji Sanji, who she has built up relationships with, built friendships with, cares for these people, loves these people, is now blocked from communicating from them, all because of some corporate bullshit. All those fucking friendships, all that time, all those memories, blocked. God. Can we all just take a moment of silence for how fucked that has to feel to lose God knows how many friends because of drama? And what's fucked up is that her friends probably, in fact, I'm almost positive, probably don't want to no longer speak to her. They probably do. They probably still want to be her friend. Why wouldn't they? They built genuine friendships over a long period of time, and now it's all gone. That hurts. That hurts my soul. And I hope we can all have a little bit of empathy for how not only is this negatively impacting Zaion, it's impacting everyone she was friends with. That's fucked, man. It's fucked. Anyway, I won't dwell on it for too long. Let me check chat. All right. I think both were wrong, but Niji did her so dirty, and she at least learned from her mistakes. I agree. I think that's a fair take. This document is full of corpo speak about what they had as excuses, but Jesus, they didn't even try. I agree. When it comes to deep platforming, it's really only mainstream platforms that'll do that. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, etc. Only time I'd say you're truly canceled is if banks won't do business with you. The reason I disagree with that hot take VTuber things is because those platforms are so massive, it's extremely difficult to have a career. Like, sure, you can go to another platform and still say your shit, but not as a career, because those are the big platforms that allow you to make money, right? And I feel like that's too significant of a factor to overlook. And here's the thing, if you're not able to make money off of your content, people, let's be honest here, aren't going to make content. Very, very few people are content creators just for fun. Or I shouldn't say that. That's not fair. When you have a massive following and it gets taken away from you, your motivation to continue making content is almost certainly shot in the foot. You can, but I don't think most people will. And that's the only reason I disagree. Not because you're wrong, but because of context. Zaion joining VShojo. Sayu might. Sayu definitely could join VShojo. But Beals, the brand! Oh no, the corporate brand! Oh God, whatever will we do? Ah, not the brand. Anti-defamation lawsuit then. Possible, unlikely. Wrongful termination, possible. Anti-defamation, possible. Likely, I don't think so. I could never be a corporate guy. The moment someone said a backhanded comment to me, better hope we are on the bottom floor because a window is always around. I like that energy. I like that energy a lot. Just throw these motherfuckers out a window. That is truly awful. Thank you. I agree, Megumi. This is awful. She's honestly probably better off indie for better or worse. I, as an indie who hates corporations, full-heartedly agree. I think the indie life is the best life. I could not be more biased of a human being, but I do agree with you. Sayu, anti-hero story. True. Fuck Niji Sanji. fuck Niji Sanji. Niji is a snitch. Didn't they throw her under the bus when they say she's a problem? Yes, they did. VTuber thing saying, seeing this and also Niji Sanji issuing false copyright strikes comparing apples to oranges makes me kind of glad I decided not to make content on Niji Sanji. I think that's valid. Indy's nuts! She has a good chance for lawsuits and possibly winning. Look, guys, we're talking a lot about lawsuits here. Even if, let's say hypothetically, she had a great legal case and could potentially win, right? Let's say, hypothetically, if she went to court, she would win, right? Let's say that's true, right? Let's just assume. Niji Sanji has over 200 talents, meaning they've got the revenue from over 200 talents, meaning they have the revenue to hire a shit ton of lawyers and make the lawsuit as long and expensive and painful and drawn out as physically possible. Even if she could win, I don't know if it would be worth it because corporations this big have the resources to make it more miserable than just living with their bullshit. You know what I mean? We let's not underestimate how miserable it is to go through the United States legal system. It is a nightmare. Nobody enjoys the American legal system. So even if she has a valid case, I don't think it would be worth it. And that's why I don't suspect that she will sue. Lawsuits is about how many lawyers you can get that can win. In many, many cases, that is true. Unfortunately. That is unfortunately often the deciding factor is how expensive your lawyers are, not what is actually right or just or good. All right, let's keep going. Zaion became increasingly afraid of hurting the few friends she had left and avoided many of them completely. She still doesn't know how some friends feel about her now. She lives in constant fear of making everyone feel uncomfortable just by being around them. Zaion was someone who was always incredibly excited to spend time with her friends IRL at cons and would go out of her way to do so. The constant cycle of guilt and trauma drove Zaion to a very dark place and still does. There were some people that she trusted and told her struggles to. Some understood. Some understood this as her gaslighting or guilting them when she confided in them. I think that's likely, judging by the statement that Hex made, I think it is not unreasonable to infer she's talking about Hex, because Hex went on for many, many minutes about how he struggled when talking to Zaion to try and get her to see his point of view about her jokes about sexual assault and all that jazz. So it is unfortunate that Zaion and Hex, it sounds like they genuinely couldn't find common ground and couldn't get over their difference of opinion. And, you know, I don't know how to feel about that because I empathize for Zaion, and I don't think her objective was to make people uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, she did make people uncomfortable. And I don't think it's fair for me to say that Hex is in the wrong for how he feels, right? I don't ever want to say that, you know, because that anyone is upset, you know, anyone is wrong for being upset. You can't control how you feel. So that's just an unfortunate thing to hear. And so I don't want to pick a side in the Zaion v Hex debate, assuming that's what she's talking about here. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, assuming that's what she's talking about here, do you think, what do you think about that situation? I'm going to pull chat back up here. What you drinking, homie? I am drinking Monster Zero Ultra. It depends if she would file for a lawsuit in the US or Japan. That's true. If Niji Sanji is smart, they will ask Hololive for some advice. Finana made a statement about her. I will definitely look into that once I'm done with this. If Zaion come back, she... Huh? Kazaku, your statement got cut off. All right, back to the statement. All right. I want to make it known that I read every Twitter DM and just about every YouTube comment. After everything, Zaion felt like a failure. She felt like her dream and who she was at her core was now ruined because of this experience. She did desire to end her own life. No. Come on. I don't want to invalidate her feelings, right? Obviously, this was hellish for her and she went through a lot. But how do I even say this without minimizing her feelings? At the end of the day, okay, management is dumb, friendships don't work out, and the internet is a toxic hellhole that you cannot take to heart, okay? These are terrible things, and I'm sure it was overwhelming to deal with, but you have to bear in mind when you go through things like this that all of this, at its core, whether you're talking about YouTube comments, friendships, management, these are all just people's opinions. And you can't control how other people feel. And you shouldn't, and you should strive to improve. And you should take accountability. But you can't bear the weight of everyone's expectations. Because you will never fulfill everyone's expectations. If you carry around that metaphorical cross to bear about everyone's negative opinion, you will crumble. You can't hold on to this. You can't take it personally. I know that's so easy for me to say as someone who's not in her shoes, but I'm saying that's what you have to strive to do, is you have to strive to put things in perspective and not let things weigh you down and compartmentalize this shit, because it will just eat you alive if you allow it to. It's so easy for me to say, it's all in your head. Just think positive thoughts. But like, honestly, like it is, you are the master of your own mind and you do have to take stock of your situation and what is not your fault and what you can and can't do. And I'm very, very sorry and very, very saddened to hear that she wanted to end her own life. That is not something that we should minimize or gloss over. Anyway, but each and every kind message pulled her back from the brink. Without all of you, a person would no longer exist. God damn, anyone else feel like they just got fucking shot? Fuck, I feel like I've been shot. Am I a dork for caring this much? Maybe I shouldn't care this much, but I do. I do a lot. I mean, how do you read that and not feel something, you know, in that cold black hole I call a heart? People saying kind things to her on the internet pulled her from the brink of suicide. What a... that's so heavy. All right, let's continue. Let's see. Asked about my current monthly income. I can't be bothered to care about income. October debut song asked to be fully recorded. I'm gonna be honest. This I'm gonna kind of gloss over this. Let's see. First private VOD, Genshin Past Lives account. Here's where things started to fall apart. Just to double check, I asked my manager if I could use my Genshin account. I feel like we've already covered this. Yeah, we've already covered this. Okay, I think I know what this is. So these are the receipts. So, I understand what this is now. Okay. So she's reiterating everything we've already gone over, but showing screenshots of Discord chats. Okay. Oh no. Her pet died. Haku. No. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, what's this? I did not feel supported by my manager when I shared this information. What? What a heartless cunt. What a heartless goddamn cunt. Someone tells you their pet died and they don't even make an attempt to empathize? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, you can see the blood stain in the tube. No. Ah. No. Oh, that's fucked up. Man, this is... So her pet died. She was suspended, locked out of all of her accounts, and forced to sit in all of this alone. Man, that's fucked up. That's... I am so glad y'all can't see my face right now. I'm fucked up. I'm so glad that I get to push a button and smile because... Oh God. Man. I felt trapped. I felt like a failure and did not feel like staff cared about me as a person, as the managers I was forced to work with did not show an effort to understand me beyond the surface of our work relationship. And I'm still grateful for the opportunity, the friends, and that a place that had such a history saw a value in someone like me at all. I need a minute. I'm actually going to have to take my glasses off. Holy shit. I just realized that my model is kind of fucked up. My expressions probably don't match my face. I don't know, chat. I gotta read chat. I'm streaming right now. I gotta be a presenter and be cheerful and entertaining and not deal with the fact that I just saw a cat, a dead cat. No way bullshit. I'm drinking that right now at work. It's good shit, man. It's good shit. Look at Keisan and Delutaya. They're fine when they were indie. Exactly. As someone who was offended by her joke due to past experiences, it upset me and made me uncomfortable. So I stand with Hex, and that's how it made him feel, even if she didn't mean it. I think that's valid. I think that's a valid opinion. I think... even though I personally wasn't offended, I still think you were justified in how you feel, and I don't think it's right to minimize how other people feel because you don't know what other people are going through. So, Heckensteck, completely valid. That's a bit dangerous reading the comments in a bad mental state. Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. If Zaion come back, she will be fine. As a career, yeah, for sure. I empathize with how she is feeling, though. I do, too. It sounds so painful. It's sad that she tried to off herself. 100%. It's not all it's good you have empathy for others. Oh, not at all it's good you have empathy for others. Thank you. I feel like such a dork for, like... I'm so glad you can't see my face. Fucked up, man. She went into debt for the debut stuff. I didn't know that, actually. They were sketchy about talking about the pay structure. Interesting. The manager sounds so evil. I'm so glad I never got accepted when I applied. Yeah. Holy shit. Now I'm worried for those who deal with health conditions. That's just fucked up, man. I agree, Fang. That is fucked up. When she was fired, she was clowned on, but when she tried to off herself, they want to show love. I mean, to be fair, that's kind of how it goes, though. Like, when something bad happens, I think it's easy to jump on the bandwagon and it's easy to clown on people, and you don't really take it that seriously because it doesn't affect you, right? So I think people say hurtful things without realizing that they are part of an absolute tidal wave of hurtful things and don't realize that they could be pushing someone to the brink by a comment that they didn't even think twice about posting. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing. If it was just one mean comment, it probably wouldn't be a big deal. But imagine being a content creator with thousands and thousands of viewers and thousands of comments. I don't think any human alive could read all that negativity and come out unfazed. You know what I mean? Kind of want to give Zaion a hug and tell her it's going to be okay. I do too. I wouldn't wish this stuff on anyone. Absolutely. See, here's the thing. Let's be real. Let's be real, chat. Let's be 100% open and honest with each other. Zaion made mistakes. And even if you don't find her comments controversial, other people did. She hurt a lot of people with those comments by being, not being mindful of other people's feelings. And you know what? I think she deserved to be criticized for that, in my opinion. And I think it's a good thing that she learned from that. And I don't think that all of this, right? All of this that she went through was warranted for the handful of things that she did that she was genuinely responsible for. Not the bullshit corpo, I don't know what a D's nuts mean. No. I'm talking about the genuine shit she actually did, right? Consequences are necessary. People need to have consequences for their actions. People need to follow the rules. Even if the rules are strict, they're there for a reason. They're to protect the company. Obviously, you can't make the company look bad and piss off their business partners, right? These rules exist for a reason. I'm not, clowning on her, being suspended. Like, I understand. But there's a limit to how much someone deserves to pay for their mistakes, and I feel like it's not unreasonable to say that she's paid enough, right? I think we can all say that she's been through enough. So, she's gonna lay low for a while. No, just chatting streams at least for a while. So, she's gonna take a break. She desperately needs one. I hope that she seeks IRL friends and family and she gets over this. Because here's the thing. Traumatic shit happens to every human being alive at some point. Nobody makes it out of this shit unscathed, right? We all go through hard times. However, we learn from our mistakes. We learn how to grow as people. And then we move on. And I hope that when she moves on, she can come back as Sayu. And I hope that she can come back stronger. And come back to a fan base that will support her. Because here's the thing. The people who genuinely care about Zaion, the people who genuinely thought she was funny, the people who were going through a bad day, tuned into her stream and had her jokes, as stupid or offensive as they may be, but had them forget about their stresses for the day and genuinely appreciate that she did that for them, they're going to stick around. They're going to follow her. They're going to support her. All the people who are going to follow her to her new identity aren't going to be the casuals, right? They're going to be her most ardent supporters, meaning the only voices she is going to hear are the most supportive voices, which I think she needs. And I think she deserves. I think she'll never be as big as she was as Zaion, but the fan base she has will be the people who actually care. And I think she deserves that, and I wish her nothing but the best. The doxing stuff is so horrible. Absolutely. I don't think there's no content creator alive except for a very select few, like EDP445, and who was literally a pedophile. But like, aside from like him and a couple of other like confirmed abusers, nobody deserves to be doxed, right? You're private. Everyone deserves their privacy, in my opinion. The Genmates cover was a little strange since they are part of the same company. Okay. Doxing is just wrong in general. Absolutely. Unless it's like detecting a terrorist. Oh yeah, for sure. Let's. Obviously, there are exceptions to the doxing thing. Obviously, we want to catch criminals and terrible people. Like she's fired, so we don't care. She gets doxed. Yeah. Well said, bro. We wish her nothing but the best. All right. I feel like we're all on the same page. I feel like I've said everything I'm gonna say. There was something somebody wanted me to look at. I metaphorically put a pin in something. What were we? Who brought what up? Someone wanted me to look at something. I don't remember what it was. I'm just going through chat. I don't remember. Sorry, I'm being quiet. I'm just trying to find that comment again. Does anybody remember what it was? Finana's statement. Thank you. Can we just have 1 year without a controversy from Niji Sanji or Vishojo? Like, seriously. No. No, we cannot. The drama never ends in the VTubers community. Finana's statement. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Finana Zaion. Is this the one? I think it is. I vaguely remember this. I think I saw this clip. Okay. Let's go through it. I now that I see this again, I do remember it. So let's go through it together.
I'm sure you guys saw some of the recent news that happened in Niji, and that was probably the craziest arc I've ever been through, ever. Basically, I've been going through a lot. With the recent announcement about Zaion that happened, I actually have a lot of feelings that really welled up in me, because I believe on what was mentioned on the termination thing, it mentions things like how she lied to other people and stuff, and I apparently happened to be one of those people, actually. So I was feeling really depressed for quite a while. So I've never had that happen to me before, so it was really wild. But I hate that I'm a really nice person sometimes and like to give others the benefit of the doubt, but there was one time where I was trying to help her out. I gave her some advice, to, do it properly, but she didn't really listen to what I said, so that got her in trouble. And I thought it was a misunderstanding from staff side, so, and this happened like during my vacation, my recent vacation, and I spent some of my time to sort of defend her a bit. But then I realized I got gaslit after that. I was like, oh my god. I didn't realize I was just gaslit the entire time, and I did all of that for nothing, basically. So I felt really horrible about it, and I was really sad that she didn't really mention to me either about it or talk to me about it. So I felt really hurt for a while, and it was really bad. So it never really improved on later on. So sorry if I'm stuttering a lot, but it was so horrible, and she was apologizing to me, for things that she still did after apologizing, and I was like, okay, I think that might have been the last straw for me. So I'm just gonna back off and let staff take care of the rest. So it was a really rough time for me, but I kind of learned something from that experience, though.
Okay. So that statement is a little bit vague, but if I had to take a wild stab in the dark, I assume she's kind of talking about the same thing that Hex was talking about. Let me check the comments and see if anyone has perspective. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Even though, so let me make something very, very, very clear. Even though throughout this, my lips aren't moving. Even though throughout this entire video, I have been unabashedly, unashamedly pro Zaion, right? I've made that very, very, very clear. I don't know what happened between Finana and Zaion. And from what Finana is saying, if we take it at face value and assume that it is 100% honest, and I have no reason to assume that it's not, I don't know what advice Finana gave Zaion. I don't know if it's related to the sexual assault jokes. I don't know if it's related to... There's a number of things it could be about. All we know is that Zaion came to Finana for some advice, got some advice, didn't follow it, apologized, and it kind of sounds like Zaion has a habit of... Because even Hex said that Zaion, he talked to her repeatedly and she still kept doing the things that upset him. And it seems like that happened to Finana as well, where she talked to her about an issue she had with her, Zaion apologized and then kept fucking doing it. So even though I hope we all understand Zaion's point of view, let's also not completely absolve her of the things that she's doing wrong and the fact that other people in her other genmates, her other friends, have valid issues with her personality type of constantly making mistakes, apologizing, but not improving. It's a genuine character flaw, and it's something that should be addressed. Nobody's perfect. She deserves to be criticized for mistreating her friends. But I think now that we've read through this entire twit longer, I think perhaps we can understand that Zaion's mental health is not the best. She is probably, if I had to take a wild stab in the dark, I think Zaion is a little scatterbrained, a little self-centered, and a little off the wall and a little offensive. And I don't think she ever means to offend people or hurt anyone, but I think she does. And I don't think she's really good at controlling herself. And the thing is, there's only so many times you can apologize for being a dickhead, right? Before people stop giving you a second chance. And I don't want to come down on Finana and say that her feelings aren't valid, because they are. So my point is, I know I'm rambling. I'm rambling horrendously because I've got a lot of emotions going on right now. Zaion is a flawed human being, as we all are. She's made genuine mistakes. And there's nothing wrong with holding her accountable for the things she's done wrong. But let's also make an effort to understand her perspective and understand it was never malicious, right? So, I don't know. I don't know. I can't bring myself to like, you know, dunk on Zaion or Finana or Hex or like pick a side, right? Because I don't think picking a side in this disagreement is valid. I don't think anyone is like in the wrong. I think it's mistakes, miscommunications, incompatible personalities, failed promises. I mean, this sort of shit happens. All right, I gotta read chat. I'm just gonna keep rambling. So she could have been talking about Hex or Finana's venting gone wrong. So management, Hex and Finana were pissed at her. It definitely sounds like based on the context. Here's the thing. Management very, very clearly didn't like Zaion, right? Because here's the thing. Let's make something very, very clear. Even though we agree that 90% of these accusations are bogus, right? But the thing is, Zion is still a pain in the ass for management. She's constantly doing things that annoy the living shit out of them, right? So she's talking about piracy. She's talking about she's got past live accounts that she's using, making jokes that they don't like. She is like a constant problem, right? From management's perspective. She's constantly doing little things that annoy the shit out of them over and over and over again. And they're very clearly just kind of sick of her personality. And judging by, Finana and Hex's statement, they're pretty sick of her too. So, she's obviously a flawed person that aggravates the people around her. And, man, that's got to be rough. Let's see. She noted she has clinical depression. Yeah, I think she did mention that. She should get some mental help so she's not so miserable. I agree. Okay, I know what I want to say. Zaion has issues, right? She's got issues maintaining relationships. She's got issues with pissing people off. She's obviously got depression. She's got suicidal ideation. Her life is a mess. She needs therapy. She needs therapy more than anyone I've seen online, right? I think she genuinely needs to take a break from the internet, which it sounds like she's going to do, and go seek therapy so that she can stop burning these bridges, stop pissing people off, stop causing problems for herself, and also stop burdening herself with all these expectations that are placed upon her that are impossible to achieve, and stop blaming her for everything that goes wrong, and stop reading every Twitter comment, stop reading every YouTube comment, stop reading every DM. She very, very clearly needs help. I don't think that's up for debate, right? That's not up for debate that she needs help. Yeah, I don't think Zaion was ever malicious in her mistakes. I agree. She needs a boyfriend. I don't know. The people act like a relationship will fix all their problems, but then the thing is, you bring all those problems to your relationship, and then your destructive relationship becomes one of your problems that adds into a mindset that is already fragile, and oftentimes it, makes things worse. I genuinely believe you got to love yourself before you can love someone else. And if you pin all of your happiness on another human being, then all that means is when that pin gets pulled, you're going to collapse. Apparently in JP culture, you're not supposed to question superiors. That is true. That is 100% true. I've heard that many, many times. Billy Donut saying, I just set up my PS5 and my laptop is being repaired. Okay. She needs to put a line on what jokes is safe or not. I agree. In Japanese culture, questioning your senpais in management is a big no-no in the case of doing what they say because they are right and you're wrong. That's very, very true. That is the culture. Sounds like she needs more donuts in her diet. Maybe. Reminds me of P.F. Etika. That name sounds familiar, but I don't know what you're referring to. Sounds like she needs to take a page out of Callie's book. Relationships can make mental health issues a lot worse. It definitely can. Maybe bad social skills. Oh, for sure. Without a doubt. You don't burn bridges with multiple friends and coworkers and management if you have good people skills. I don't think that's up for debate. I think she's got bad social skills. And like I said, she needs therapy. She needs counseling. She needs to get her shit sorted out. She's a mess. And I don't say that disparagingly. I say that empathetically. Because I'm a mess. I'm a mess too, so I relate. And that's why I want to say that I really hope that she finds the help she needs, recovers, and gets better, because she's obviously going through a lot. I'd argue that a manager is supposed to be sort of like a good counselor. Depends. I agree that a very good manager would do that. I don't think that's necessarily in the job description, and I don't think offloading all of your problems to your manager like a therapist would necessarily always be the right move. So, that's ideal, not required. But yeah. BLZ Etika burned a lot of bridges and jump off a bridge. What? Who is Etika? Hold on. Etika. I know I've heard this name before. I know I've heard this story before. I recognize this face. What happened to him? During the last month, so he was a content creator doing live streams. During the last months of his life, he appeared mentally unwell, threatening to commit suicide on several occasions. He was hospitalized multiple times under police restraint. He went missing, uploaded an apology video, which he admitted being mentally ill and suicidal. His belongings were discovered on the pedestrian walkway of the Manhattan Bridge later that night, and his body was recovered from the East River. I understand the comparison now. See, I really do think that being a content creator with a huge following, right? Like, it's tragic what happened to Etika, right? He was very clearly, suffering from mental health. And any mental health issue you have as a human being is going to be made worse when you have got thousands of eyes on you. And I think anyone who wants to be a content creator should keep in mind that if you are not sound, if you are not mentally strong, if you don't have the force of will to brush off the negativity and stay strong and stay confident in yourself, and if you don't have really good social skills, content creation probably isn't for you. It's a very specific skill set. It is a skill. On the surface, it's just like, oh yeah, funny streamer plays video games and makes jokes. What a dream job. And it is, but like the door that it opens to vitriol and criticism and the way any flaw or instability can be, exploited, you got one loose thread. It's going to be tugged on. And if you're the type of person who can be unraveled, they will unravel you. That's just the nature of the internet. You can't have thousands of eyes on you and not have, people taxing your mental health. So, yeah, that's just if anyone in chat is thinking about being a content creator and you have serious mental health issues, just keep in mind that those mental health issues are going to be poked and prodded during your career. All right, let me check chat. If they have such a new manager, it's surprising that the other gen mates were able to thrive in a sense. Yeah, I wonder if management only had issues with Zaion, or if that management is constantly beefing with talents and we just don't hear about it. I wonder how that goes. He had depression. Yeah, I see that. Then keep it as a hobby if you're not in the right mindset. Exactly. Like, as a hobby, to like your 20 friends, to your, a handful of homies. Yeah, streaming is fun. Streaming is dope. I'm not going to pretend like it's not fun. Even right now, as someone who, I'm going to get rid of this window. I'm not going to pretend that being a live streamer isn't a lot of fun. I love talking to chat. I love hearing people's opinions. I love engaging with, how many people are live? 19? We got 19 people in chat and almost everybody is an active chatter. Even though we're covering like difficult subject matter, right? This is still very fun, but I've also got a very small niche audience, so I'm allowed to have fun and I don't get a ton of criticism. I'm fully aware that if I ever blow up to get, hundreds of thousands or millions or whatever fans, that is going to be a lot more stressful. Yeah, I think as a hobby, streaming is a ton of fun. The second it becomes your career, the second anything becomes a career, the stress skyrockets. All right. Sometimes chat trolls and likes to push boundaries with creators' mental health. That's so true, though. Chat is, you can always count on chat to be a troll. And if you can roll with the punches and you can banter and you can punch back a little bit and you can, maintain yourself, then yeah, it's fun and you can do it. But if you fold under criticism, it's not going to work out. Actually, let's bring some levity. Let's bring a little bit of fun to the stream for just a moment. The best example of what I'm talking about, what I'm rambling incoherently about, Chibidoki, right? Let me bring window capture. There we go. If you want to talk about chat being a troll and bullying the streamer, right? Watch literally any Chibidoki stream, right? Chibidoki bullied by chat. Look at that. It auto-populates, right? There are compilations of her getting bullied, destroyed, roasted. Chibi versus chat, a compilation. The regret begins. Chibi bullied. Like, there are compilations upon compilations of Chibi getting absolutely demolished, right? Half the time, chat won't even let her speak, and they'll just bombard her with, like, these random objects, right? Chibi, being a talented streamer, she gets bullied relentlessly, but she handles all of it like a joke, right? All of this just sort of rolls off of her. She makes a lot of noise, she makes a lot of fuss, she screams bloody murder, right? But in the end, she interprets it all as a joke and she doesn't let it get to her, and she's always back for more, right? I think it's pretty obvious that she's taking all of this bullying in stride, right? And that's the mindset you have to have, right? Because chat is always going to troll you. You just got to roll with the punches. And I don't think that's in dispute at all. Let's see. Beals, after your stream, let's go to Disneyland and find us that VTuber that works for Disney. Okay, will do. Chibi is great. Chibi! They're talking about Chibi's head. Pink little grandma. Yeah! Yeah! I'm so glad everyone in chat likes Chibi. Fucking love Chibi. She's a mad lad. Chibi versus chat sounds like a Nickelodeon pilot episode. Fang, that's hilarious. That does sound like something Nickelodeon would do. But yeah. Chibidoki is live, by the way. She's getting trolled already. That's just what you got to do as a streamer, right? You're going to get trolled. You're going to get your every button pushed. You can't take this shit so seriously, guys. All right. I feel like I feel like somebody grabbed me by like the torso and violently shook me up and down over and over again. The highs and lows. I'm so glad you can't see my face. I think I'm gonna read a couple more comments and then I think I'm gonna end it here. I've said everything that I wanted to say. Now I'm just talking to chat, which is totally cool. But I am exhausted. I've crushed 2 Monster Energy drinks and I feel obliterated. I feel like I've been hit by a car. I'd argue with Chibi it's mutual bullying. Oh, for sure. Same thing with Onigiri. I don't watch a ton of Onigiri content. I know I should. A lot of people love her. I just haven't gotten around to it. I've got so many VTubers that I follow, guys. You have no idea. I'm subscribed to like all the clip channels. I can't stay on top of it. I can't even watch streams because all I can do is watch clips because there's so many. There's so many good VTubers, guys. Ditto with Shoto. His guildies troll him daily. Absolutely. Everyone, let's go to Disneyland. Let's go to Disneyland. Beals is vibrating from all the caffeine. I am vibrating. I have motion dampening on. You want to know what I'm actually moving like? You want to see what I'm actually doing right now? I've got motion dampening on, right? movement smoothing is damn near maximum. This is what I'm actually doing. This is live tracking, okay? This is not a glitch, okay? This is not a camera effect. This is what I am doing right now after crushing 2 Monster Energy cans over the course of this 2-hour live stream. Okay, this is not a glitch, okay? So let's go ahead and turn on movement smoothing back up to 75 so I don't look like a psychopath. That's movement smoothing. Makes me look like I'm not the psychopath that I actually am. Let's go, gamers. Oh my god, I have ADHD so bad, and then I caffeinate, which makes it worse. It's not good. Cool of you to dictate a live to Zaion's exit statement. Oh, to dedicate. Yeah. I wanted it to do... I could have made this a video, but there's 2 reasons I didn't make it a video. Number 1, editing. Oh, there's so much to cover. I didn't want to edit it. It would have been 40 minutes long. But also, I wanted to do it live because I want to get feedback from chat. Because sometimes I get self-conscious as to whether or not what I'm saying is, am I being based? Am I being cringe? What do people think? It's like a YouTube comment section, but live, I want to get that instant feedback. And I want to get other perspectives because it's just me up here, guys. It's me, myself, and I in this apartment. And I have no idea if what I'm saying is going to be well received until the video gets published and people start piling in the comments. So I really wanted to do this live and get instant feedback and gauge how people were feeling. I only follow a single small company, but even then there's still too many streams. Absolutely. I move the same way. My avatar has the zoomies. Off topic, Beals. What games are you going to play next gaming stream? I don't know. There's so many games that I could play, but there's 2 reasons I don't do gaming streams. Number 1, I'm very self-conscious that I'm not entertaining. If I'm not constantly talking and constantly making jokes or making commentary, I feel like I'm not being entertaining, and then I feel like a fraud, and then the self-doubt, the imposter syndrome is so real. And 2, I also don't get very many views on my gaming streams. I'll get like 4, 5, 6 live viewers, whereas right now I've got I think I peaked at like 22 or something. It just doesn't feel as worth it to do gaming live streams. But if there's support for it, I will do it. You did well, bro. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of people are doing videos that are 40 plus minutes. Good God. I bet, I think Kyo made a 35-minute video on this. Imagine editing the stream. Oh my God. Kyo's video ended up being 35 minutes. I saw that. Yeah, 35 minutes. Holy shit. I'm not editing all that. $4.99. 1 Disneyland adult ticket, please. Hey! Thank you for the dono, shorty. That'll go to the Beelzebub Goes to Disneyland fund. Thank you. I'm going to go to Disneyland. Beals, you can play Don't Starve Together. Just asking. I do have the game. That could be a decent collab stream. I don't know how much fun I would be on my own. Let's see. Let me pull up Steam, actually. So I have Overwatch. I play a shit ton of Overwatch. I have Minecraft, which let me pull up can I pull up Steam? Yes. Okay. Wait, no, hold on. I'm an idiot. There we go. So here is like my games list, right? So 7 Days to Die I uninstalled because I only played it for like 3 hours. I got so frustrated. I kept dying. I was so bad at 7 Days to Die. Let's see. Among Us, obviously, you need to have friends to do that. Apex, I suck at Apex. I have both arcs because I didn't know which one was which, so I got both. This game is actually pretty fun, but it gets kind of repetitive. I've never played this game. What do I have, 66 minutes? Yeah. Brawlhalla, super underrated. I only played 87 minutes because I learned how to play all the characters I wanted, and then nobody else had the game, so I didn't get a chance to multiplayer. And playing against bots is only so fun. Bully, I got stuck. I hit a glitch and couldn't continue. This game sucks. I have not played this game. Haven't played this game. This game I played with a friend, but the problem was that he had this super high level character and I had this dinky little shit character, and it felt like he was just doing everything and I was just kind of along for the ride. I've actually started playing CSGO very, very recently. I've only put like 7 hours into it. Honestly, really fun. It's like there's a reason this game still has a big, big fan base despite this game coming out forever ago. Crab Game is definitely a game I would play with friends. This, I love Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles. I've only ever gotten one person to versus me on it. This is so much fun. I do have Don't Starve Together. I've done a bunch of streams with Double Action Boogaloo, believe it or not. This game was a shit ton of fun. I put 25 hours into this game, which for me is a lot because I don't play a lot of games. I played this with, I think, Marinus. I would so be down to play more of this. This game is so much fun. Always down to play Skyrim. 48 hours. This is the most amount of hours I've put into any game ever. And this is the third time I've downloaded this game. I got it on the PS4, and then I got it then I got it on PC, and then I got the special edition. This is the third time I've purchased this game, and it's the most amount of hours I have in any game ever. I love this fucking game. It's so good. This says I've played 118 minutes. I don't remember playing it. People tell me it's good. Fight Crab, very underrated. Very underrated. This is so much fun to play with friends, but I've only played it for like 2 hours because no one will versus me. Versus me in Fight Crab, you nerds. Fireworks Mania, genuinely fun. Someone, I wanted to play Five Nights at Freddy's because it was popular, but I actually hated it. I don't like Five Nights at Freddy's. Goat of Duty was fun for like 2 hours and then it got old. Like the novelty was fun and then it got old. Hades I got bored of very quickly. Halo Infinite, surprisingly fun, but none of my friends have the game. I completely forgot I had this game. This game is fun, but I only played like an hour. I would totally play a collab with Left 4 Dead 2 or Magicka. And I'm going to be honest, guys. I hate Phasmophobia. I don't know why this game is popular. It's so dumb. I genuinely have no idea why anyone plays this game. It's so dumb and so boring, and I don't understand how to play. Why is this game popular? Poppy Playtime. I beat the game in 2.4 hours. This game was fucking fire. This game was awesome. I played it on stream. Being able to finish the chapter in 2.4 hours was dope. I got Resident Evil that I could play. Sekiro is dope. Shotgun King, vastly underrated. Skullgirls, very underrated. Hey, look at that. Skyrim again. Soul Calibur. Nobody plays Soul Calibur. I love fighting games. Why does nobody play fighting games? Someone told me I would like Subnautica, but I've never played it. And then what else? I was told that this game was good, and then I never got around to playing it. And what else? And then people told me Valheim was good, but I don't know. I didn't vibe with it. And then, of course, I got The Witcher, and as you can see, there's no hours on it. But yeah, those are the games that I have. I don't know. I'll check chat and see what people are saying. See if anybody thinks any of those games are dope. Amogus! Bully nice! Ayo bully! We got bully stands in the chat. Let's go. Fierce to fathom. Big into FPS games. I do like FPS games. Rip Dust 2. Devour. Have I played? I don't think I've played Devour. I didn't. I think I completely scrubbed over it. Yeah, I haven't played it. I haven't even downloaded it. I just bought it because it looked good, and then nobody would play with me. Face Rig. Oh yeah, I did get Face Rig, and then I don't think I ever used it. Did I? Let me check. Did I ever even open it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, I got it because a content creator was using it, but then I immediately found out about Vroid and never even installed it. FNAF. Also Cough Cough or Minecraft server. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Half-Life speedrun. I could do Half-Life. Fun fact, I've played Half-Life multiple times and I've never beaten it. Its Phasmophobia looks janky. Phasmo's janky as fuck. It is! Skullgirl's nice. We do have Skullgirls fans! Let's go! Poppy isn't over yet. What do you mean it's not over? I beat it. I downloaded it, I played all of the content, and then it was done. There's more? I didn't know there was more. Spore, we got Spore fans? Spore is good. Spore is genuinely good. I have 36 hours. So coming from me, a person that does not play a lot of games or invest many hours, 36 hours is a lot for me, okay? Very, very few games do I put more than 30 hours into, right? Very, very few. Also, Beals, have you heard of Garten of Bonbon? Nope, never heard of it. Subnautica is Minecraft underwater. Oh, interesting. People keep telling me that I would like it. I haven't gotten around to it. Speaking of fighting games, Showdown, just saying. Never heard of it. Story of my life. I've got so many multiplayer games and no one wants to play with me. I know. Beals, will there be a Terraria stream? Maybe. Do I have Terraria? Wait, do I have Terraria? I don't know. If I have it downloaded, maybe. When did I put 20 hours into Terraria? This is 20 hours of my life that completely escaped. When did I play Terraria? I've played this? When? Allegedly, I've played this game before. Allegedly. Those are the accusations. Those are the allegations. It's alleged that I've played this game before. I don't even remember downloading it. Black hole in my memory, guys. Black hole. They stopped supporting Facebook. Oh, did they? Yeah. There's chapters to Poppy. Oh, okay. Idle Showdown is the Hololive fighting game that just dropped literally yesterday. Yo, wait, what? Yo, hold on. Wait. I can't spell Showdown. Idle Showdown. Wait, it's free? Hold up. It just occurred to me that you guys can't see what I see. Hold on. Can I change it so that you can see what I see? I'm watching the trailer and you guys can't see it. I don't know how to show it. Okay. Apparently it doesn't. Oh, okay. Now it'll show. Hold on. If I do this, will it display? Chat. We've glossed over something incredible. We've glossed over a very important detail, chat. It's got Ollie! Chat, it's got Ollie in it. It's got Crazy Ollie. For anyone who is new here, who doesn't know, who doesn't follow me on Twitter, I am a huge Crazy Ollie simp. That, I was on the fence. It's getting installed. That's all I needed to see. That's all you had to say, chat. That's all you had to say, is that it had Ollie in it. You have no idea how much of a Crazy Ollie simp I am. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Best believe I'm gonna main Crazy Ollie. I don't even care what the gameplay is. Beals, maybe you game in your sleep, Lamau. Maybe. Yeah, bro, you did play it, but you were drunk? Maybe. This is me in The Sims. Like, when did I put these many hours into the game? What Terraria version update you have right now? I have no idea. Terraria. How do I check? Last played July 24th, 2015. That was 8 years ago. Damn. No wonder I don't remember it. That was 8 fucking years ago. That was... Yeah, wow, okay. No wonder I don't remember it. It was 8 years ago. I don't remember anything from 8 years ago. 8 years ago is a black hole in my memory. I have put 300 hours into The Sims 4. Oh my god. Now we just need BLZS DLC. Hell yeah. Yeah. Let's go. I thought you'd like it. I'm getting that game. Simp. I will proudly simp for Crazy Ollie. She is, I'll have you know, the #1 zombie idol in the world. Okay? Just so that you're aware. In case you weren't aware, now you are. #1 zombie idol in the world. Have you seen Cammy in Street Fighter 6? No, never really been a big Street Fighter fan. Idol Showdown stream, BLZ? Hell yeah! Hell yeah! 8 years, sheesh. I put 800 hours into Rune Factory 4. God damn! I can't remember any of them. Valid. Valid. Completely valid. Okay. What are you talking about with Cammy? Did I don't know. Is there something significant about... Yeah. Cammy Street Fighter 6. Hold on. Let me you never know with Google Images. Okay, so that's her design? Okay, cool. I don't know. What is significant about the design? It looks cool, I guess. I have no opinion. I have no opinion whatsoever about this design. It looks like a generic sporty design. What was her design before? Hold on. You never know with Google Images. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Let me just take the 6 out and see what her normal costume is. Oh, right, the thong. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh, okay, they took away her thong. I imagine the internet is probably mad about that, you know. I don't care. I don't play the game. I mean, to be fair, to be completely fair, like, okay, sure, they took away, like, the thong or whatever, but I would like to point out that even though they took away the thong, there is nothing left to the imagination. That is skin tight, my friends. It makes no difference to me. I don't care. All right. Cammy glow up for real. She pretty. Compare that. Yeah, I think her current design is great. She looks Nah, the net's simpin'? What does that mean? The net is the internet is simping. I thought that they would criticize her design like, oh, no, they took away my thong. Because that's how the internet is. Cammy broke my brain. No, it's a dope design. There is, however, again, you never know. What's that one Street Fighter character? There's one motherfucker in Street Fighter that I think has a great design. I don't remember his name, and I'm not showing my screen until I find him, because you never know. I don't trust Safe Search at all. There we go. This motherfucker right here. Okay, everybody else is a fucking human, right? This motherfucker is a Pokemon. What? How is this a Street Fighter character? This is a Pokemon. He's a fucking hedgehog. He's like the Hulk hedgehog. The Hulk hog. I don't play Street Fighter, like, at all. But I love this character design. He's great. I love the Hulk hog. The Hulk hog. The Hedgehog. Yes, Hedgehog. I'm copywriting that. I'm trademarking it. You can't use it. That's mine. You can't have it. Hedgehog. I came up with it. You can't take it away from me. You may not use it. I will sue. I will protect my IP. That is the Hedgehog. Let's see. The new Street Fighter 6 got an open world campaign, by the way. Nice. The Porcupine Hulk, hell yeah. He was raised in the wild and ate electric heels. Wait, is he Pikachu? Does he have electric powers? Hulk Hedge Hogan. What a great character design. I love how fighting game characters will just randomly have the most nonsense character designs for no reason. Like, I'll show another example. I can't remember the name of it. From Soul Calibur, Voldo, right? I don't know if all the art of Voldo is safe for stream, so I'm gonna. I think this should be safe for stream. Chat. This motherfucker. Oh, what an insane design, right? Man's doing the back bend and everything, got these random weapons that don't look practical at all. I think he's even got a sword on his dick. Like, what a legend, what a hero. I love Voldo. Voldo's great. Look, what an insane design, right? He looks like a psychopath. Look at that. He's like crouching, on his claws like an animal. What an insane design. You can tell they just didn't give a fuck with his design. They're just like, what's his design gonna be? Bondage gear and spikes. That's not a costume. Then add more spikes. But sir, he's got spikes on his eyes. How does he see? He doesn't need to see. He just needs to spike. Fighting game character designs are a treat. I love them. They're insane sometimes. Bro looks like a furless cat. Raw's design, hell yeah. All right, I think people are starting to pile out now that I'm no longer talking about the issue at hand. This stream was an experience. I am so glad that I had all of you here with me. Everyone in the chat, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for commenting and being honest and giving me your feedback. It is extremely valuable. So, have you heard of the Sonic Frontiers DLC? I have not. I don't know anything about Sonic. That's not a game franchise I've ever played. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you for coming. Bye.